Shadman is a name that you guys are pretty familiar with. There is literally so many videos about this guy. It's obvious that he has some sort of reputation for being an art freak and a weirdo in general, from him drawing CP to him being arrested for being low-key a crackhead. There's that. A person that you guys aren't as knowledgeable about that I do want to introduce you to is Zenith Lee. Yes, and I'll go into it. And if you guys are not aware of who I am, because I should introduce myself first, my name is Angelique, also known as Gothica413 on every platform ever, and I am a very controversial figure online. Believe it or not, I often get compared to these types of individuals like Shadman and Zenith Lee. In my opinion, for no apparent reason, because I do not draw pornographic artwork in any regard whatsoever. No, not even like, oh, just adults, nothing, nada. I don't do that weird, art prostitution stuff online, and like, make your coin, but I don't do it. And I know I'm gonna get shit about what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a fucking grandma dress because I want to be comfortable, and they're gonna be like, you're not a real goth. I don't give a fuck. I'm wearing my grandma dress right now. So, Zenith Lee, an introduction to this person. Zenith Lee is an artist online that you probably never heard of, or maybe you haven't heard of, but you've seen their work before. If you've ever seen this image of a girl in a hospital bed with no arms or limbs, that is the artist of that image. And this guy, he is very notorious for drawing uroguro. And if you're not familiar with that term, uroguro or erotic gore is basically sexualizing the brutality of a person, being tortured, whatever. It's just awful, right? And I don't know if he kind of wants to hide this part of like his artwork because I don't think he's really posted anything past 2013, but he does sell books. I've seen that he has like books that are credited under his name for artwork and story. I would have to look into them to see what they're really about. But yeah, he has like a bunch of series where it's all these images are hosted on like hentai sites where women are being chopped up into pieces and fucking inflated and all this stuff. And then you go scroll through it and then you just see like two little girls holding flowers. I'm like, all right, weird, but okay. And I kind of, since I've tortured myself discovering this person as of late, I want to torture you guys as well. I do want to kind of go over some of his artworks that you haven't heard of. Obviously, I'm not going to be showing anything explicit because of obvious reasons, but in some instances, I will be describing some of his works. That is something I will be doing because this shit is fucking insane. I was going over it with my Discord, and they were like, you guys are going to be looking at images that are disgusting and horrendous, and you guys are going to look at it with me. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Zenith Lee.
Oh God.
Oh my
No.
God. I mean, the artistry is great. It's just the content of the art.
There we go. There we go. We got it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Little weird, but apparently some people think it's funny. Not to sidetrack what I'm talking about, because some people think gore and suffering of people are funny, especially people in real life. Didn't know that was a thing. I thought that was just a made-up thing that I keep hearing about on YouTube. But I was like in a Discord call with people, and they just think it's funny when people die and suffer. You know what I mean? They say it's not. It's funny, but it's like you're laughing, and it's a little disturbing. Like, all right. So the one that kind of fucked me up the most, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I should do it in order, but you know what? I'll do it in order. Let's be fair. So the first image on this site we have, just not as crazy. Maybe could be something normal. You know what I mean? Maybe this is, it's I actually probably could show this to censor a little bit. It is a woman smoking a cigarette and blowing it into another woman's face. The other woman is bound. She has a metal collar on, and her mouth is duct taped. Not too much going on, a little concerning, but, an escalation of events, of course. And then we go to the next image. And it, I believe it might be the same girls from the previous image. One of them is being bent over. Her hands are bound behind her back, very tightly, I might add, because there's redness. And she's on top of this woman's lap. And apparently she has a electrified glove, and she's hitting her with it. While she's in laundry, of course. The next image... Oops, I clicked on something. No! Then I'm laughing because if I don't laugh... anyways. The next one is it looks like a little elf girl. It looks like. Not making any allegations at this time, but it looks like a little elf girl. She's in a guillotine. But she's so small that her whole torso can fit inside where their head's supposed to go. Her hands are bound, held above her head. It looks like she's also being, like, cut a little bit, like, tortured a little bit by 2 other naked women. I don't know. And her elf mother is watching her. Also bound and tied up, of course. Ooh, some of these I don't even know if I want to look at it, so I'm gonna... This one's pretty obvious. I can actually read it. Oh, interesting. Let me read this excerpt. Hello, everyone. Zenith here. This is the author. This is the 3rd, porn comic that I've drawn. However, the first one is published by myself, and the first time I draw... I'm trying to fix the errors. The first time I drew a porn comic. It's a shame that at the time I finished the drawing, the full color cover, there was a completely different story I had in mind. Originally, I planned to draw something that had actual plot. However, due to I sucked at storytelling and dialogue, and I suck at panel layout, ultimately, I would make a comic too long and wouldn't have the time. Therefore, oh, fuck you. Therefore, on the last minute, you could tell this is like being translated. Therefore, at the last minute, around the end of August, I changed the whole idea. I reworked it based on one of my older drawings, and the theme goes around the technical background of the picture. For my fans, he's basically saying, it is no secret that my writing style is influenced heavily by the book, Yappo, the Human Castle. I'll look into that in a second. I am only capable of describing the whole ideal in cold, hard, objective words. My lack of vocabulary doesn't help either. Therefore, the psyche of the heroine protagonist is in parentheses concerning would have to be left to the reader's imagination. So you can say from the sadist point of view, lacks masochism. I wish that the illustrations themselves can at least partially enrich the experience. Interesting. Alright, so let's look into whatever the fuck this is. He said, Yappo, the Human Castle. Let's look that up. I'm very scared to look that up, by the way. I'm guessing it's like a book? Okay, so this is the first result. This is from 7 years ago, by the way. It's like that meme where it's like you're looking for something on Reddit from 7 years ago. It's a novel about a Japanese college student and his German fiance who stumbled upon a stranded time machine and get taken to the future where the Earth is ruled by the Emperor of 100 Suns. In this future, there is, I don't know how to pronounce that word, so I'm not gonna. Like system where white people are worshipped like gods by the lower races. Black people who are seen as half human, and Asians are called Yappo and seen as subhuman cattle. I don't know if you guys heard that, but... Oh, I guess the domestic Yappo? Is that what it's supposed to be? Yeah. I don't know if someone's doing a drive-by nearby, but... I'm also kind of scared to read this. I'm not gonna hold you. Oh, this shit old as hell. This shit old as hell. That's why. The art style is, it's like a little... I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, interesting. Just probably like terrible. That's probably what this is. This probably is probably super racist, but I would have to look in. Yeah, it's not looking good. The way the black people are drawn is very concerning to me, by the way. I'm just like skimming through it, because like, It's a little crazy. I'll have to look into this when I get the chance because I don't feel like reading all of this to try to see if this shit is worth anything because, like, it already seems like something I don't want to read. So, one of his inspirations, though. One of the inspirations. And it says, one of his inspirations, text on top of an image of a questionably aged female with cum all over her face. By the way. All right. Just normal stuff. The classics, just having someone being completely bound to a table, blindfolded, their head is like restrained to some sort of fixture, their mouth is being pried open, their teeth are being pulled, and their fingernails are being ripped off. Just normal. Questionably aged female, by the way. And next one, the same questionably aged female just having her limbs cut off. Vagina out, of course. Next one, completely different series because all those images seem like they were all aligned with each other. We have another elf girl. They love their elves. It looks like, I can't tell exactly what's happening. Someone with, like, medical gloves is either pulling out teeth out of the elf's mouth. Yes, I think that's what it is. They're pulling her teeth out. She has no arms or legs and her coochie's out. Normal, I guess. And then these same people... It's not funny. Then they show a reflection of her body missing its limbs. They're like, hey, this is what you look like. And of course they're topless. They're big titty ladies, doing that normal. And then we just have a normal picture of a naked little girl standing behind someone else. I guess, I don't know. This one's my least favorite. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't like it at all. It makes me upset to look at because it freaks me out. I can feel it in my feet. When I have sympathetic pain for something, I tend to feel it in my feet. Other people, they feel it in their hoo-ha, but that's not me. Imagine a woman who is, her hands are bound behind her back. Her feet are also bound in some sort of way. She's on a metal horse that's like at the triangle angle because I think that's like a BDSM fetish thing. And she has firecrackers strapped all over her body, including her hoo-ha. And then the metal horse is being lit on fire. So then the next image is her fully, like, burning. Her skin's burning because she's on a metal horse that's being heated up, and then all the firecrackers blow up, and she's like, ugh. Like, I like gore, but some things are just like, I'm not even that creative to make that up. That makes me feel weird. And then, of course, we have a image of a girl with cum all over her. She has duct tape on her eyes and her mouth. A guy's holding her hair like this, and he's cutting her ear off with a box cutter. I'm assuming it's a guy. Don't want to misgender the evil man or evil whatever. Oh, this one's sick. This one you could tell the age of the person because they're actually in uniform that would equate to their age. This is a child, and it looks like they're okay. It looks like their ears have been removed. They're an elf child, schoolgirl. My bad. Her ears are removed. All her fingers are removed. And one of her eyeballs. Yeah. And she's, of course, bound to a chair, of course. My bad. I forgot that one. This one actually kind of freaks me out. I love horror, but this shit's kind of crazy, even for me. I'm not going to hold you. Of course, we got to have the coochie on the triangle object. It's not a metal object this time. It's a wooden structure. It looks like she's been whipped a few times. She has a satanic symbol on her belly. Titties out, of course. And her head has a pumpkin on it that's set on fire, and she's being burned alive. Hurts my feet to look at that. And then we just have weird, uncomfortable fan art. I can actually show this of the girl from Lollipop, Chainsaw, whatever, and Ellie from Last of Us. I don't know. Okay, this one we got. What is she doing? Is she putting titty in mouth? No. Okay. So it looks like they're like kind of dancing, but they're not. I can't tell if the background's like a strip club. We got 2 naked ladies. Okay. One lady has purple hair. She got claws. And she's grabbing cheek. And she also has a penis. And she looks like she's unconsensually doing things to this other woman. Oh yeah, and there's jizz. My bad, I forgot that. That's important. And I don't know why it's labeled as in like gay men. I don't know. This one's actually not too crazy, but it's still like obviously with the context of all these other images, you kind of get an idea of where their mentality and their mindset is regarding these images. To me, I'm not a huge fan of this type of work. I think it's weird, and obviously being weird is not a crime, but like some of these images are suggestive towards like younger, maybe perhaps children, and it kind of like, where is this coming from? It's a little, no. Next image is, it looks like of a dragon woman. She got a dragon tail, and her arms are being cut off. And her antlers being chopped off. I could actually probably show this, to be honest, but that one's like not too bad. And then the penis rapist lady from earlier, she's here. It looks like actually her shoes and her gloves are actually attached to her body. They're actually sewn on. And I gotta describe this image. She's being hoisted up in the air with chains by her torso. The torso chains connect to her neck from her chest. And then the chain around her neck also is connected to the ground, so she's arching in this uncomfortable way while her arms are bound behind her back. And it looks like her eyes are being lasered off. I think. Her name is Azusa? It's this classic, by the way. Idol Master. Classic. Don't look that up. In case you want to. Yeah, there's. Let me see this one. Some of these I didn't want to look at because they were freaking me out. So there's just weird, like, Mega Man stuff, like Mega Man characters that are being, like, tortured too. Like, I'm pretty sure these characters are children, so it's, like, a little weird that you want to fucking inflate them and then give them a ding-dong. Why do you want this character who's obviously a female who is a child to have a ding-dong? Why? Is this why you haven't been active since 2013? You probably want to hide the fact that you're this weird freak. And you're trying to just do regular illustration work out there and not be connected to all this weirdo shit. I know Shadman tried to do that, but then he gave up. Maybe, I would argue this guy's a little bit weirder. I would say this is significantly weird. That's why when people freak out about, like, Shadman, y'all don't know the half of it. Y'all have not seen shit. Respectfully and disrespectfully. And it's kind of crazy because I get a lot of hate online, and I get compared to these individuals, and I don't know if they're successfully rage baiting bro, but I have been rage baited, I think. I'm probably gonna, like, torture my Discord about it and then, like, post their reaction in this video as well somewhere. Please join my server where I post early updates about my videos, and I usually in voice chat like every other day, and you guys can be like parasocial with me or whatever. Follow all my socials, please. I would say my commissions are open, but low-key yes and no, because I'm like a little behind and I don't even want to but yeah, thank you for listening to me rant and discussing images. If you guys want me to, like, talk more about the weird shit, just let me know. I'll look at it for you guys. Not all heroes wear capes, they wear abuelita dresses. So, okay, whatever. Bye.